What's going on, world? It's your man, Mr. Mac, here with allhiphop.com. I'd like to welcome you to the Mechanism. I'm welcoming a couple of brothers all the way out from the left coast. We've been on a real left coast tear lately with some of this talent coming out here, but we going to double up the numbers today because we got two talented brothers from out left.
Yeah.
Please state your name one time for the camera.
What's poppin'? I'm Price.
I'm Octane.
We're Audio Push. Hey, straight out the IE.
Yeah.
West Coast in the building.
With the sonic choreography, y'all peep that? That was special.
We've been
so we
rocking.
gon' fellas, I just like to have like regular conversations. First of all, I
Dope.
want to say the same thing I said off camera. I really enjoy what you dudes do. I appreciate the fact that it doesn't have to be gangster. It doesn't have to be silly. It doesn't have to be one specific thing that you fellas manage to keep it so diverse. Where does that, is that by design or is that just what happens?
That's us being ourselves. That's us being humans. I'm not just one way, just like you're not just one way.
Mm-hmm.
It's different moods, different modes, and for each mode, we want to make a song. Eventually, I feel like I want to have for every feeling that a person could really have a really dope song for it at the end of the day. I feel like once I do that, then I'll be like, all right, I'm done with music.
Right.
That would suck.
I've
That would suck.
like we've been making so much music, you know what I'm saying, for so long that we've been able to, for me, I just feel like we've been able to figure out what our message is and what we want to say. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, for me, I know I don't want to ever talk about this type of stuff again if I have talked about it, and I know directly on what I want to say, how I want to say it now. So, you know, we already done been in those worlds, like the streets and all that type of shit. Like, that's all a real thing in the IE, in Cali, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's too much of that. Like, I look at the music industry and the game as a freeway full of lanes, you feel me? And every artist and all these like, they all got lanes, and it's like the gangster trap lane, all that shit is full of cars, full of artists, all doing the same shit. The lanes is just packed out.
We're in a
And
helicopter.
we got, period. Like, you know what I mean? So that's how I feel like we able to just keep it us, because we know what we want to say.
But you keep it hip hop. Like I don't see a lot of, you know, I hear there's so many of the newer cats who come out, and not calling you guys like babies or anything, but so many of the newer dudes will come out and I'm not a rapper, I'm this, or I'm not a rapper, I'm that. You guys keep it so, like, with every mood, it's so hip. There's so much authenticity
Period.
as far as the genre is concerned.
I
I think that'll always be what it is. I feel like the easiest way to put authenticity is just honest effort, and I feel like you can just hear that. I feel like that's just not, to me, that's not rocket science as an artist. I feel like if I'm just me and I say exactly how I feel on it, however I feel that, then they gotta rock with it, because I'm not being fake.
And it's like, I mean, as far as like hip hop is concerned,
That's just the influence we grew up on. That's gonna always be there.
yeah, like it's we are hip hop. You feel me? That's how I feel. Like,
I
it's
feel like
simple
we
as
some
that.
of the
Like,
last people that are just what the whole thing was when it started and what it is now. I feel like we're some of the final. I feel like that's very numbered.
What's the anchor that keeps you so firmly where the fundamentals were?
You were either raised on it or you weren't. Just that simple. You either were taught to go left and you know how to lay up with your left, or you don't know how to do that. I just feel like that's the basics. Like, if you grew up on the raw, if you really grew up on Pac, not internet Pac where you go search his videos, the real Pac, and you was old enough to understand it, that you grew up on real legends.
but even for the kids that like didn't, like, because I mean, at the end of the day, you can't help when you're born.
No, yeah, of course. I'm
let's
just
say
saying
for-
that's like the
I'm
little-
saying for, let's
the
say for the
difference.
kids that weren't, like me, for instance, I was born in 1990, so I really didn't grow up on Bootsy Collins and Parliament and Funk and the Jungle Brothers and certain things like that, but I went back and researched
listened
it
to
and really listened. Why? Because I love music. I love what I say I do. I treat it like it's I treat it like it's my profession. And so, like Kobe, every day in, day out, he was in the gym because that's what he did. And so you study it so you can become great at it. Like, the reason why I'm able to produce and we able to write all our music, we able to fully curate every single thing that you're hearing in our music, is because of the effort we've put into
it.
To know what it's about, like, know where it comes from, like, to know what we're doing, not just to do it because, oh, I can rap. I can put words. Anyone can rap. Literally, anybody can rap. It's not even
There's
something. That's
literally
like,
videos
it's
of
not-
people mimicking actual rappers, and the songs sound similar. Like it could have been their song.
making fun of
like,
right,
and that is
parodies of
some of the
rap songs.
craziest things to like. As an artist, I would feel like, yo, what? Like you, if you don't feel like you got to go back to the drawing board, if a kid off the internet can do what you do, I don't know what to say. And that's just keeping it G. It's like we just kept that integrity. We always wanted to create something. E40 the best for that. Put some paint where it ain't. Like,
Yeah.
we always want to make something new. Like, I don't want to just do whatever somebody else did. If you backflip off something, I'm trying to double mick twist backflip something off of it. I'm trying to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
And then just like still like you said, like keeping it hip hop, because that's just, it's like we want to keep it that, because we got to keep that going. Like we got to keep it alive, and we got to do, like, we love it. We grew up on it. So it's like I want to keep it alive so that I could put my twist to it. He could put his twist. We could put our twist to it. Like, you know what I mean? We had a Hey Ya moment. We had a I like the way you move moment. You know what I mean? You had the, you know, those tribe moments. You had the 50 moments. You had those, like, we want to create our moment in that. You know what I mean? So that we influence other young spitters. Like, we rap like we rap because of what we came up on. And so I'm trying to just set that bar for the young.
I feel like
for
that
the
gives us
youngs to have
kind of
that heat.
I feel like that kind of is what gives us a one up on everything that we about to do. Is because we are like the last of that age. But there's a very thin line of when everything got super dope to when everybody just start following each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we got to see both sides of that, so we kind of can just
Between the
carry that
golden
over.
era and the
Yeah,
ringtone
I
era.
feel like there's not that
Exactly.
many people that were that old and saw all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, 1990 technically isn't old enough to you're very much a millennial.
Most definitely.
right,
I'm assuming you're not
89.
far off. Oh well, yeah, you're right next door to each other.
Right.
That's not really the age bracket where we would expect that kind of attitude. You weren't necessarily around for Biggie, Pac, et cetera, et
Well,
cetera.
As
That
far as like
comes from
able
our-
to, as far as able to really, like, I was little and I loved Biggie and Pac. I remember being 6, rapping all these raps, 5, but I didn't know what I was doing. I just liked
Saying, yeah.
music.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right,
I
right.
loved music, but it's like you saying, you know what I mean? I'm 25, you know, but I care. It's just simple as that.
Period.
Like, our first song that we got known for was "Teach Me How to Jerk," and people try to act like we weren't hip hop behind it. So
Right.
we had to, on top of that alone, we had to make it our duty. Like, okay, you idiots
So-
don't know who y'all fucking with. Y'all don't really realize, like, nigga,
we will rap.
whoever, however. So we've been going hard to, one, prove that to ourselves, you know what I mean, and then prove that to the game, like, just to keep it real, because this is the game. Like, you got to prove that you deserve to have a jersey and be on that floor. And so that's what we had to do. But now we're holding everybody else to that standard. Y'all try to talk shit about us for
Right.
having skinny pants, niggas
Now
is
that
wearing
we've- now that
leggings
we-
and shit, y'all gonna hear about it. Niggas don't want to freestyle when they hear a beat, y'all gonna hear about it, because y'all try to make it like we wasn't hip hop when we was innovating, young niggas.
Now
So
everybody
y'all gonna get
dances
it.
and everybody wears
Right.
skinny jeans. So
Yeah.
now that
Not
I know that
everybody
I'm
can
6 years
freestyle.
ahead of y'all,
And not none of these niggas is free.
But not everybody can
But not everybody can
freestyle.
freestyle.
A lot of people don't care about even writing rhymes. They'll tell you to your face like that's
They
not
don't
important.
write. And they think
even
that
even
that's-
then, I'm not even mad at that, because there's people like Uzi where like he's a feeling dude. He's not even he don't care to be that person, which is cool. Like, you know, that's the one thing I'm learning to accept too. I feel like the one thing that OGs don't accept is that some kids just don't care about lyrics. They just want to turn on something and vibe.
I mean, period. I mean,
So
you
for
had,
those kids, I
yeah.
understand it. But when you start talking about a rapper, like, if you want to really call yourself a rapper, this is the square you got to stand in. The fact that people are debating rappers and they're not writing their own stuff is like, and it's that's probably the wildest thing to me. The fan integrity now. You can legitimately
it's about.
come out and go, I didn't write this, or I sound exactly like this person,
And the fans are cool with
no one
it.
says anything.
That's
If there
all-
was somebody that came out that sounded like Pac, people would be like, "You're one of the lamest niggas ever." Like, what are
Nah,
you
that's
doing?
the thing.
Like,
In
get
this
away,
era,
you know what I'm saying?
in this era, they gonna love him and go crazy. But that's
Like,
what it's
a different game.
It's
man.
simple as that, though. It's the fan integrity. But those are the only ones I hold accountable. Like I said in the last list, probably that there's literally a 22 Savage. Like, what? Like,
That's crazy to me.
respectfully, like nigga, what?
Yeah.
What?
Just
Like,
How
I
does
mean,
20
man, I'm gonna
like, does
say it. There's a
21 need the
designer.
fade?
There's a designer. Like, I'm just gonna keep it funky. Like, he's dope, it's cool, you young, I get it, but you still sound like a whole nother nigga that's out. I just gotta be real. That's not what this shit like but it's all the fans. Like the fans, because at the end of the day, they're young. So when you young, you're going to make music like the shit that you're hearing
Right.
most times. I mean, I don't know. You got innovators,
Yeah, but y'all are killing that stereotype because you're both young. But
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
anything
but
that
we're
sounds
not
like Audio
everybody. I'm
Push.
saying, like, when I found out how old Designer was, I kind of understood it. When you're 18, you didn't even hear none of this shit I'm hearing. So it's like, yeah, and then you got access to a studio at 18, that young,
And cameras to make
it's
a
your
videos,
first
the
song.
internet.
Mind you, he ain't been rapping that long. So as soon as you start rapping, you gonna rap like the first of your favorites. So that's cool. Like, I get it, I understand it. It's just like the fact that fans, if that was to happen, and we're talking about fan integrity, nobody would understand that back when it mattered. They just don't matter to people.
Even industry wise, there was a time when you
Exactly.
wouldn't be letting the door if you sounded exactly like somebody who was
But
already
music's
popular.
too accessible now. But that's what I'm saying. Like, kids can go, is this who? No, it's a swipe now to find another song that sounds like it. So that's why it just, I mean, I understand it and I don't at the same time. But that's the pros and cons of the internet.
What's the part that you don't understand? I get why you understand it. He's 18, he's young, he's rapping like the first thing you heard. What
It's
part
not even
don't
so
you?
much just him. It's not like it's not.
Well, no,
Yeah,
just
'cause
in
he's
general.
not a
Like,
bad- like, his
I'm not-
music
I'm not-
isn't bad.
I'm not singling him out. Just that mentality in itself. What is it about it that you don't get? What part just confuses you?
How I don't, if legitimately if somebody came out and said I'm 3 Pac in 97 or 95 before any of that, or 94, whenever, you would have been like, what?
Even now.
No, listen, but this is the thing. Like, back then, when you had those top rappers when you had the artist that was on top, when you had the Pac, you had the Mobb Deeps, you had the Hoes, you had all these dudes who was setting the tone. You had the little peasants down there trying to rap like them, but like you said, there was an integrity level in the industry as well that was, you niggas can't even get heard because we already got one of you. We don't need it. We don't need that.
Now
But
you've witnessed conversations about needing a single. Like, I've witnessed it in it. Like, they just looking for one thing, boom, bow, boom, boom. And it's
which
on.
is cool. It's like, at the end of the day, like I said, like it's about the people. Luckily, it's enough people on the earth, on the planet, to where it's like it's enough for everybody. Obviously, you know what I mean. So
which
now
is why
it's
I don't
more,
hate on it. It's just like, y'all do y'all wave, we about to come do it. We
but
about
it's
to come
more
do
now.
that.
It's more now. Like, I don't have no problem saying what it is, because so many niggas was trying to shit on us. And it's
Right.
trying to shit on us when I knew we had the flavor early. Like, we was producing early. We've been innovating. We've been doing the things that we doing, and we just gonna keep doing it. Now it's more just a conscious effort, because I see that you can have a 22 Savage and people be okay with it. Like, so I no longer am here to please. Like, I'm just here to make dope music for the people who understand. Like, for people who want change, for people who get it. Like, if you don't, it's cool.
It's
Not
cool.
for
It's
you.
totally fine.
It's like, we don't make music for the dummies, and that's just keeping it funky. Like, I'm not calling nobody, but that's just the best way I could put it. If you don't got it in your spirit to even like want to think or have
Or
any,
change anything,
then
that's
this
cool.
music ain't for you, and that's okay.
Right.
There's other music for the shit that you own, and that's like, you ain't gotta listen.
You don't gotta listen to us, but we was the kids that was looking at Pac when he was like, "I will spark the brain that will change the world."
Right.
Those kids grew up, and it's on. Like, that's just how I feel now. Like, so
It's super interesting when I have these conversations with the younger dudes, the older dudes. Me being kind of in the middle, I have conversations with both sides. It's always kind of funny to see who doesn't get what. One of the biggest arguments I run into is, well, Mech, you gotta accept what the kids are doing, because when we were young, our parents didn't like hip hop.
Right.
But that's a nonsense argument for me, because now these kids are young enough to be like my nephews and maybe even my son if I was wilding. And that generation did listen to hip hop. Your father was listening. Your father was a Pac fan. Your father
Right.
probably was a Biggie fan. Like,
Right,
so
right.
now we know what it's supposed to sound like. And that also doesn't. The rock dudes don't have to deal with that stuff. Like,
Right.
if you're a 16-year-old rock fan and you like Nirvana, that was way before your time. But you know everything about it. You probably know
Right.
the Rolling Stones, the Ramones.
Period.
Like,
Period.
right.
where does the drive come from for you guys to go back and become those kids and do the research and want to hear about the stuff that happened before you in an era where you wouldn't really have to blow up and be successful?
Experiencing it. Like, we got to experience Pac alive. You know what I'm saying? Even no matter how young of a kid you were, when you turned on the TV, that was something I got to experience. I got to experience real superstardom and people that stood for something on TV, off TV, all of that. So it's like it goes beyond, for me at least, it goes beyond all of that. Like, I got to witness Michael Jackson, and I see the reason why his son, who's 5 years old, who was never even alive for that, loves Michael Jackson. I get why that cuts through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want to make a song that's hot in 15 minutes. You know, that's just not my thing. But I understand that with the age of the internet and the speed that it's happened at, that kids want to do that. That's what's cool.
And for me, like, my drive to kind of like go back and like research and more so just I love music. Beyond the fact I love music, I love creating music. And so I don't like being shorthanded at anything I say that I do. You know what I mean? Like, if I produce and I want my snares to cut through a certain way, I need to go listen to these old
my
Primo
favorite
beats.
snares,
I need to go
right.
listen to old Tim beats. I need to go listen to, you know what I mean, early Pharrell, whatever. Like, I just go study all these different things. I really study music, you know what I'm saying? Because this is what I say I do, and I love it. You know what I mean? I can't really explain. I can't expect anyone else to do. It's
Their
either
part.
in you or it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a kid who loves science. Like, the nigga's just gonna go research that shit up all day. All he's gonna do is want to do that shit all day because he loves it. Nigga want to play football, he's gonna do it all day long. Like, I really love music, so I'm in it. I'm day in, day out. Like, and then I'm constantly growing. So every time
It's
I'm
more
growing,
things to create about.
every time I'm growing though, I'm also realizing, like, dang, in the 70s, you know, or back then at this point, you had these people who were talking about this stuff. Like, these niggas was talking about blacks getting killed by cops back then. Like, you had Gil Scott-Heron talking about literally, if you listen to his album, it sounds like everything that's happening today. Like, period. And that type of shit to me is where it's like Lauren, like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill sound like it came out yesterday. That's the reason why I go listen to that shit, because it's like, we in the day and age of where you like niggas gotta drop albums every 3 months because the songs is only hot for so long.
Because they're not. They
We don't
only
got
hot
timeless
for
music
so long,
no more.
man.
We don't got timeless music.
Right.
And so I don't listen to this stuff. I listen to the timeless shit. Why? Because I want to create timeless music. That's just what it is for me.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it, man.
You know what? I'll switching gears real quick. I gotta say, this is one of the realest interviews I've had in a long time where
Yeah,
somebody is actually mentioning names. So many people we get on this couch pussyfoot around, and you know they don't want to say no names.
We never bash nobody. We let everybody live in their whole. That's their realm, and they got fans whether we love them or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. So discussing art is. I feel like I'm talking about painters.
Yeah, or we talking about hoopers? If we like Kobe got to talk about what other people were doing, Jordan got to talk
That's
about
how
what
I
other
look
niggas
at
was
it.
doing in the league. Like, and at the end of the day, like I say all the time, I just deal with facts. So you can't get mad at me if I'm talking about factual stuff.
Period.
Things that are actually happening or going on. Like, I'm not lying.
If it's a
about
fact,
it.
You got to get mad at yourself, not me.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh, not
asking
you.
you.
Yeah,
I'm not asking you not to say it. I just.
Oh,
That's
no,
what I mean.
I'm
It's
just
for-
saying
It's
the-
more
the-
so for the people who don't understand it. Like, you know what I mean?
There's so many people being so afraid of being called a hater just
Exactly.
by mentioning one person or catching the ridicule. As far as you just mad because they selling more albums than you, or you just
Yeah, we
mad
don't care
because they
about
Yeah,
any of
better
that.
than
we
you.
don't care about
We
any
already
of
had to
that.
go through
All
all
of
the
that.
crap that the industry and the game could try to say and all that. We've already went through, and we're here. We're on this couch.
You gotta
We
understand.
came
Yeah,
out. We
before
signed our first deal in 2009. Our first deal. Like, you feel me? That's
I really started. I
I ain't
keep
gotta
bringing this
even
up.
trip.
Like, we was thinking about this, talking about this like last week when we was on the road. Like, all these kids just came onto the internet. Like, I'm not afraid of anything the internet or any other people have to say, because I was here when like MySpace. Like, half these little niggas never even had a MySpace account. They never had to deal with dial-up internet. You just came on the internet. So whatever you think you are of the internet, chill. Like, this is what I'ma just chill, do my thing, man, and I'ma just stay in my life.
And
Like, this is what I do, so I don't care
And
about
me,
none
I'm
of that.
so in the real world, I don't even give a fuck who you think you are on the internet.
Period.
I don't even care what you think you got going on the internet, how big
Your
you
followers,
I don't
none
care
of that
about
matters.
I don't care what I'm doing on the internet, you're doing. I don't care about that because I'm really in the real world. I got real
Straight
shit
up.
going on in the real world. If bombs and shit were just to and blow
None of
up
that
all
Twitter
type
shit
of,
would matter.
Listen, blow up all the internet shit, blow all that shit up. I really got businesses. I really got shit I could stand on outside of y'all internet world.
And even if we're only
What?
talking music, half of these people that are saying all this are gonna be talking this at a show of ours. So shut up, turn the music on, turn these mics on, and we gonna show you what's up. Cause that's really what I'm here to. At the end of the day, this is just music.
I gotta tell you, y'all sound like some 40-year-olds right now. Like for real, for real. I don't care what the kids saying on the internet. I got real shit to worry about. I don't give a
Period.
damn
Not
what the
even
hell-
just, but I'm saying if we're even just speaking about music, it's just like, all right, that's cool. Whatever you gotta say about me or however you feel, cool. Turn the music on, cause we probably are at a show, and I'm gonna show you exactly what's up. It's just that simple for me. Like, cause at the end of
But
the
it's
day,
like-
it's just music.
but-
It's just music.
But even beyond that, it's like I'm glad it feel like that, but because I'm 25. I want to be 25 and able to translate to my peers and the cats that's my age or younger than me, my
From
little
a-
homies
from
in the
a wise
streets. I got
mind.
real little homies. Like I got real. Like I'm only talking about this shit because I got niggas facing 25 years of life. I already got homies locked. My pops
Living these
just got
raps
life
that
again.
kids just party
Like,
to.
This shit ain't this ain't like, it's not play. Like, so I don't gotta play with niggas for what? For the fake world. I've already seen every piece of this game. So like we done been at the height of like, oh my God, you niggas are the biggest shit. 19, 20 million views, all this blah, 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 that shit that don't matter. And then you just get the fake relationships. Then you go into the drought where you get to see the real, which is awesome. And then you get built. Then that's where, you feel me?
Can't
Pressure
nobody take
either
nothing
breaks
from you,
pipes or
yeah.
busts diamonds. It makes diamonds. And you looking at two motherfucking.
I just put it like that. Not even 2% of the same rappers that was out when we first started can do what we do right now
or around.
to even discuss this. So it's like I have no fear because nobody controls my presence but me and him.
And now we're independent.
So you really don't control shit.
What is that setup? What's happening?
We
now?
put it out as we want, when we want, for the people. That simple. Like, and now that the kids know that, that's why 90951 been at the second a person hears it, it's on. Like, so from here on out, it's just about to be rain.
What kept you two cool through all the ridicule and through the drought that you were mentioning before? What kept you? Because it's easy. So many people just go solo, and I'm gonna just go do my thing. You go do your thing. It doesn't even have to be beef. But you
Right.
two stayed audio push. Right?
Really being homies. Like, a lot of these people don't be homies. They get put together for the check, and then the check go dry, and then they start beefing. Like, we was homies before this. We gonna be homies when we doing other. And beyond that, he already owns business. We already have our own stuff going. Like, there's never been a malice, I guess, for that. Like, I
And it's
want him to
like-
succeed because that's like my brother. Like, so any succeeding or success that he has, you're supposed to want that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like, and then
Like,
beyond,
people don't be feeling that way.
a lot of these like artists, that's what I was just saying yesterday, like they don't be having, like, the reason why you see a lot of your favorite artists go through wild ass shit to where it's like, where is they people at? Like, why ain't nobody around to say nothing to them or tell them nothing? Like, every real nigga always asking them type of questions when people be going through that wild ass shit. These artists, we are that.
We're that.
Like, it's none of that. Like, we able to have those conversations. We're able to. It didn't been fights. It didn't been arguments. It didn't been all that type of shit. But that's nothing but a conversation because we understand the bigger picture. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you could go solo. All that shit. What is that? Who cares? Like, all that shit is just weird. That's like ego weird ass shit.
Straight up.
It's like, it's a bigger picture. You gotta paint that picture first. Then you go.
Then you go do whatever you want to do.
That'd be niggas' problems.
They forget the mission.
Right.
We're just aware that we got a mission first beyond all of that.
And what is the audio push mission?
Change the world, period, point blank. The way it thinks, the way it eats, the way it accepts itself, the way it is itself. We want the world. The world's not itself anymore. It's a gang of people being different versions of other people. And that shit is crazy to me. It's the craziest thing in the world right now. It's probably the biggest epidemic of the youth. If I had to say anything, it's that off rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Honestly, like, the mission for me is really just to, like you said, change the world. Like, but for me, I just want to really be able to like put a positive message out there that's done so fresh as far as music is concerned.
Yeah.
Like how we got songs on our album called Heaven Yeah and Hypocrite. Like I want to just take that to a whole nother level and be able to just do it at such a high level to where if I wanted to run for president, it can be a real thing. Like that's the mission. Like I don't want to because I could give a fuck about the U.S. government or anything they got going on, so that would never happen. But I would need to have that much reach to where if that was the thing I wanted to do, it's done. And that's because once you got that platform, then you can go affect change.
So I guess asking you about Trump or Hillary would probably be a bad idea.
Shit or caca.
Not if you want. How much time we got? Unless you want to hear me rant for about 10 minutes about how both of them ain't shit. There is crazy. It's just a wild ass world we living in. But
It's wild that those are the two candidates. I mean, what do you want us to say? Like,
I think what's crazy and dope, what I just analyzed like this week though, is when Hillary, because Donald Trump's not going to be president.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to happen. But when Hillary becomes president, Bill Clinton's going to be the first man. The first man ever. And,
Right.
But what that means is Bill Clinton's back in office.
hey,
When you really think about it. Because you the first lady, everywhere you seen Obama, you seen Michelle.
Right. Right.
She doing press conferences, talking, doing our own thing.
Very
we
real.
finna be looking at Bill all over again. It's big smoking weed and it's finna be wild. And that's just wild. I really don't know, but it's some crazy shit to just think of. I said this one day, and I'm just gonna say in this interview because it's just wild on my brain. I'm blown. And I just want to say it. But depending on who you are and your spiritual, like where your spiritual level is and all that stuff, you know, 'cause some people believe in like the Antichrist and all that stuff. The people who are like Christians and whatnot. And so like it's crazy because I've been doing like all this different research about how like God might be a woman, and it'd be kind of crazy if like Hillary Clinton was the Antichrist, like.
oh, you did say that shit.
Cause like I mean like what if I mean it's a woman.
That would fuck people's head
It would be
up.
crazy. Like it would be. I just wouldn't be shocked. Like I'm not.
Sorry, y'all. We really worship. We like mess with a lot of religion. Like we know about a lot of it. So like,
Mind you, and I'm not a Christian. I'm not. I don't even believe in like Antichrist or none of that. So this is for y'all who do. This is for y'all
It's
people.
just for your mind.
But this is just what my
We're
blowed ass
just-
mind
yeah, we're
be
just
going.
high
I'm like,
thinkers, man.
I just was thinking like, damn. Well, if God is a woman,
Could
that
this
means
be
that
Antichrist
means
thing
the
everybody's
enemy's a
talking about?
woman. If the creator's a woman, that means the enemy's a woman. Meaning that if you believe in the Antichrist and all that crap, the 7-year.
It was supposed to
all
be
that-
around this time and all that.
that
If you do
would
your
be a
research.
woman.
So I mean that makes sense.
But I don't really believe in all that
But
stuff.
hey,
So that's up to you.
Just
But
that's high thoughts.
for me, at the end of the day, if you want to vote, if that's something you're into, if it touches your spirit, go do it. Like I'm into that. If that's what you're into, me personally, I'm not voting. I don't have nothing. I'm not inspired by any of their shit they got going on. If anything, I'm gonna vote for some judges. Vote for
In my town.
Vote for weed legalization. Vote for certain little shit. Vote for some mayors or
Cop
shit that will
reform,
affect.
judges.
Yeah, I'm gonna
DAs.
vote for
Shit that'll
things like
affect
that
us.
will really affect change. And then other than that, other than voting, I'm gonna get out here with this real music and this real wave and these real kids that really rock with us. And we finna just make niggas think more and think better and move.
We just
move
want you to
better,
think.
move greater.
Like the Antichrist shit, it's just gonna make you think. All I want you to do is think.
Just think.
Not saying you gonna fuck with what I'm thinking about or just
It's
think.
just gonna make for yourself.
Thinking is scary for people who aren't used to it.
Jump in. So was swimming before you did it. So was skateboarding
It's a lot of
before
people
you
who
did
can't
it.
swim.
I still can't.
And
swim.
that's my point.
Yeah.
Like
So what we supposed to do? We can't swim.
you jump in
I
the
can
water.
swim.
You gotta learn
I
something.
can't swim.
I can
You
swim.
gotta jump in.
I
jumped
surprise
in at
people all the
5. I thought I
time. They
was
can't
gonna
believe
die.
my black ass can swim.
All right, well, stay close when I jump in. That's all I'm saying.
Like
got
it's
you.
just like so it's that. So many people just fear the thought of having everything in the palm of their hand. I got so many people I know that'll say, "I wish I had $1 million," but they never thought one step into how they could get it
Period. Or what they would do with it.
or what they would even do with
That's
it.
the thing.
$1 million
What they
for
would
what?
realistically do with it. What? Okay, you got $1 million. You pay off all your bills. You buy a couple bullshit ass shits that you want. Then realistically, what do you do?
There's people that don't have that answer. They just want $1 million for nothing. It's a gang of people that just want something for nothing, and we're changing that. Like, Get out here, man.
And it's a gang of niggas that's just scared of dying. And like, I'm not even trying to sound some Pac shit. It's just that's the only thing that's guaranteed in life is death. Like, we know that's gonna happen. You know it. So if the creator has that designed and planned, however it's written and drawn out, it's written like mine is written and drawn out. I can't do nothing about it. It's coming,
and it's
however
gonna happen
come.
for every person.
So I'm not about to be running around here not saying what's on my spirit, on my heart, that I feel like is going to help my people, help people, help. Like, I'm not just trying to be a young nigga who think I'm gonna die one day, so I want to rant and talk about wild shit. No, I'm telling y'all, like, yo, y'all are. Start waking up. Like,
life
start
precious. How many times you gotta
brains,
see
like,
all these kids dying left and right before y'all start putting y'all foot on the gas and not playing? We just not playing no more. Now that we're finally independent and able to do our own thing, y'all about to just see a wave in a way y'all never have before.
We ain't waiting till we 40 to do it. Like, we ain't gonna wait till we like already popping M's and we wearing suits every day. Now we want to preach to you. It's not happening like that. We gonna give it to you when we the young fresh niggas
we
that
not
your
even
girl would
preaching.
cheat your girl would cheat on you with. The ones your girl would cheat on you with. The ones that your homies is scared to pull up on if it was actually drama, if we were still them niggas. The ones that will outdance, rap, whatever you. All that. We're the ones telling you, bro, spread some love.
Right.
Smile,
we not
mom,
preaching.
get married,
we giving you
go
game.
have some fun, my nigga. Live life, smoke some weed, drink water, leave that soda and shit alone. Mickey D's is weak. Like, we the niggas is just gonna tell you the real.